It's like the second we go live, you're like, hello, everybody, and welcome to Infendo Radio.
Yeah. Oh, damn it, we went live already. Shit.
Let's see.
I thought I made it in time.
I am recording. Are you picking up my audio? Yes, you are.
I think I'm just going to keep this Mr. Rossetti music playing in the background of my recording this whole session, just because it fits really well with our lives.
What's up, Phantom?
What's up, Phantom?
Not much. Not much.
Oh, shoot. I need to pull up my timer and get a timer song going.
Oh, God.
Oh, can I just say, Eugene, can I just say how much I respect what you do now that I have to do it for the YouTube stuff? Like, in the Dragon Ball Z episode, I had me, Phantom, and Mike all clap at the same time while I had my character jump so I could sync the video and the audio. The Dragon Ball Z episode, I had me, Phantom, and Mike all That's clap. Exactly what happened, Lucas. While I had my character jump so I could...
Hi, Andy.
See what happens when Andy gets here? Andy, I thought you said you were watching the Super Bowl. Andy says, hey, guys. Andy says, I am. It was on a break. Okay, I see how it is. So we're your sideshow when you can't watch the footballs.
So I'm gonna
when you can't watch men kick balls, watch men play video games. Infendo Radio is on now.
It's a good thing I was recording that.
Yeah, that could be our new open this week.
Except
special Super Bowl episode.
Gonna be...
Right?
You can't use that opening until like the end of the year again when football comes back around.
All right, so we might as well get synced up and get rolling since we're a few minutes past. So is everybody recording at this point?
Yep. Oh, Steve is having internet issues.
Nope, I'm good. Oh. I was running down the stairs because I heard someone say sync up.
You're like, oh God, I gotta clap.
I'm like, gotta go. I can't miss the clap.
Oh. All right, guys. In 3, 2, 1. All right, Mike, where you at?
5 minutes and 58 seconds.
Steve?
28:59, I think. I forgot.
And Lucas.
A glorious 15 seconds.
Beautiful.
Nice.
I don't work hard, I work smart.
Let me hop in a minute before we get going. I wanted to say something for a minute real quick since we have listeners and stuff now. I want to take a minute to shout out and say, I'm thinking about my buddy Andrew, who's like my closest friend like my entire life, who's going through a brain tumor surgery coming up in a couple of days, and like dude's freaking out like shit, and it's kind of worrying me, but like I'm trying to stay cool and stuff, but it's a terrifying thing to be worrying about, and being like one of my closest gaming buddies and like merging our friendship over like Smash Brothers and becoming my brother and like my eventual groomsman in my wedding. Well, my one wedding, not one of my weddings. But,
you never know.
This might be your first.
But I'll just remarry over and over again to the same person, make it easy. No, but I know you're not watching right now if you're watching Super Bowl, but I will let you know when the YouTube video goes up so you can watch this. But I do want to let you know I am always hoping and pulling in your corner and thinking about you, and you have the entire Infendo crew and cast and community thinking about you and hoping this goes out well. And we will hopefully have you on a show one day as a special guest if I come back and dick around with you on a show one night.
Yeah, he doesn't shut up about you, so we all are hoping for the best.
Yeah, seriously, good luck.
Been hearing about it for a while now, so we know more about you than you think.
I was away. I was away for a couple of days this week because I was dealing with it. I told Lucas, and it was rough hearing about this. But hopefully, his surgery's on Thursday, and hopefully he'll be able to hear this show produced before it comes up. And hopefully he'll be around to listen to the next live one. But yeah, that's I don't know.
So you'll be giving an update on next week's show then.
Yeah, we'll be pulling for you for the entire week.
And not to cut into Mike's moment with something much less important, but Justin would like us all to know that he was drunk at Epcot, or at least he was about 4 hours ago. So that's your Justin status update for the week, because he's at Disney World.
God damn it, Justin.
It was the response you were hoping for.
It was.
Right? It really was. Okay, so let's get rolling then. I am going to be taking us into the news because I've got the first news topic. So just be ready, Mike, since you're on deck after the fact. So, all right, let's get rolling. Make a note here. All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Infendo Radio. This is Eugene. We are the 4th of February. You're probably watching the Super Bowl right now, but why the fuck are you not watching us? Because we're way more important than Tom Brady. Who gives a shit if he's a GOAT? I don't even know what that means. But Lucas, how are you tonight? Do you even care about Super Bowls?
Lucas is unprepared to be the first person on deck. Lucas does not really care about the Super Bowl. I don't even care about the Super Bowl when teams that I know about are playing, and I have no real opinion on this one. So, yay, it's football. I think out of all the...
And
out of all of the... Oh, hey, Lucas just pulled a Sopranos on us, and...
Oh, yeah. Well, how are you doing?
The NFL came and they shut me down. I love football. The Super Bowl is the best thing ever. And you should buy tons of brand-sponsored M&Ms and Budweiser, because that football, man, catch the fever.
You gotta buy John Madden every year, guys.
How the hell are you doing tonight, Mike?
I am doing good. I am doing so good that you don't know the way.
Oh, God. Moving on right past that one to Steve. Do you care about the football, Steve?
Oh, God, no. I hate the Super Bowl. It's awful.
No, Steve, you love the Super Bowl.
Nope. I'm going out next.
The NFL
Dial.
is the most respectable organization in the universe and deserves not only our love and praise, but also our respect.
If you want to sponsor us, though, we'll take your
Steve is
sponsorship.
more of an XFL kind of guy.
Oh, God. You know, I kind of care about the Super Bowl only because I'm rooting against Tom Brady, so there's that. I actually have it on my third monitor. I'm watching right now. It's 2nd and 9. They just completed a first down, so...
The only thing interesting that's happened for me in that game, they showed a teaser trailer for the new Star Wars movie, so I saw that on Twitter.
Can I just point out that Eugene just found a way to humble brag the fact that he has 3 monitors going right now into this conversation?
Well, I mean, come on. I talk about my damn VR, so I guess, you know, it is what it is. All right.
I'm glad Eugene is therefore rooting for my home team. So, I mean, I'm glad Eugene.
Yeah, hell yeah, let's go. Let's go, Philly. I'm in. All right, guys. So we are going to move on into the news, and I am first up on the news docket. So let's talk about some Labo. Actually, some kind of interesting news came out this week. There was a event held in New York City, I believe is what it was. There was a lot of press got to go out and try out the new Labo and a whole bunch of cool stuff. But what was really cool about it, at least for me, was that that there was like a kind of this thing called Labo Garage, which is basically going to let you make your own Labo design. So like you can cut out your own cardboard and, you know, make your own Labo stuff that way. And like basically it's kind of like programming for Labo, it seems. So that it looked really cool. I don't know that I'll get into it that much because I'm not the creative type, but I'm super excited to download people like Minus's fucking designs and their schematics on Labo, you know, and then playing with the toys that they figure out, you know, because I have the feeling this is going to be a really cool community type thing.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I like the idea of that. What I think it's kind of akin to like how Lego does their like their like Lego like technic like weird building with like I don't fucking know You know what I'm talking about, like how they have those little like things you can put like batteries into and like computers
Yeah.
and move around and everything. Yeah, Luke, Steve knows.
Yeah, Lego Technics.
And yeah, so that's what I thought it was, but it's been a while since I've fucked around with those. I don't know if they changed the name or not. But I think that's like a kind of a similar thing they're going with cardboard. But I like the idea of that, just being able to like build and just make your own little Nintendo dongle. And speaking of dongle, I know for a fact it won't be very long after we can do that. I'll make the fucking cardboard Labo. Like,
oh no, I didn't even think of that.
Changing the subject, I will definitely say that, and I can already see him talking in the chat right now about it. I feel like this is perfect for somebody like Minus, who is one of our listeners. For those of you who don't know who Minus is, he's a great guy. You should really check him out. But he does like 3D printing like a madman. And yeah, this seems like a good next step. Well, not next step, but a good, jumping off point from that to like, start making little Labos.
Yeah, I love that. Oh, sorry, Steve, go ahead.
I was just going to say that article right there has me suddenly interested in Labo, and I had no desire whatsoever in the beginning to get it. So.
Congratulations, Nintendo and Minus. You got Steve invested in Labo.
in Nintendo-branded cardboard.
Right, no kidding, right? Well, so what I liked about this, also what came out of the event, so kind of more Labo talk, was that we learned a lot more about what the Joy-Con can do. Like, I had no idea that little sensor on the bottom of the Joy-Con, I remember that, like, there was like the rock, paper, scissors thing that they showed off and everything, but you can actually use it as like a physical camera, because they showed that you can put it on the top of, like the RC car, and then you can have like your Switch, right? And then be driving the RC car around and actually see where the RC car is going based on the IR camera. I mean, it doesn't look great. Like you can, it's not like it looks like almost like a Game Boy camera image, but it's awesome. That's really cool.
That
and
is
so.
cool.
Yeah, and you can switch from like a camera to like heat sensor and everything to like show like to have it like follow like a heat signature. That's really fucking cool. Like I know IR can do all that stuff, but I didn't know they put that detailed IR stuff into the Joy-Con. I mean, the only thing Nintendo ever did with the IR so far is fucking 1-2 switch eating a goddamn sandwich. And now all of a sudden you can fucking drive a cardboard cart around chasing heat signatures.
Is anybody else picturing like a Terminator Genesis style cardboard apocalypse where these little cardboard robots start chasing us down, detecting us through buildings with our heat signatures and ending all of life as the cardboard gods reign supreme?
And like John Connor has to come from the future in his fucking cardboard time machine that's made from a cardboard apocalypse because Skynet had humble beginnings as LaboNet.
The thing is, Sega actually came out with the Lago, which is just a different type of Nintendo Labo, and that's where he gets the time machine from, so he can jump into the future and defeat the evil Nintendo products.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Like I said, not exactly for like my own creations, but like for the community, because like I can just see like there's in this article, I don't know if you guys clicked on it, but there's like a GIF of, and it was in the original trailer of this like little man, and it like, you push a button and then he just like flops over. But like I can like picture like people strapping Joy-Cons to like little Mario looking figures or Wario looking figures, and doing some cool stuff with that.
Making
I think it should be. I think it'd be really cool. I really do. So anybody, any final thoughts? We've got about 30 seconds left on the timer before we move on.
I think it's cool how like even like the vibration of the Joy-Con, you can like change the vibration sensitivity for each Joy-Con. You can like move a certain leg more than the other. I think like the detail they're putting into a cardboard game is really fascinating to me.
I feel like they had to have had this stuff planned out from the beginning, because they put so much emphasis on the HD Rumble thing that now I get it.
Yeah, they talk too. There's like the Beta 64 YouTuber who like talked about all like the beta Nintendo products and shit and other things. Like he's saying too that the like cardboard robot Labo was like kind of the remains of that Project Giant robot thing that Miyamoto had at E3.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's pretty. They've had been thinking about this for a while now. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
For sure. Cool. Well, that was Labo. So we're gonna move on. And Mike, you've got our next news topic. So why don't you talk to us about some dirty, rotten cheaters?
Hey, I didn't know I was on talking about myself here. Fuck. Okay. Yeah, I'm just reading the title you gave us, and I'm just trying to imagine my announcer voice doing "The Rise and Fall of a Legend." Billy Mitchell was found cheating on his games, not his wife. His games. Did he even have a wife? I don't know. Billy Mitchell. For people who don't remember who he was or never cared, he was like one of the first famous Donkey Kong arcade players to have to just start racking up high score after high score, and really brought in the Donkey Kong and maybe even the entire video game competition scene into a bigger light and getting more popularity with it. And it's been discussed recently and possibly even proven that Billy Mitchell is a cheating, lying, dirty, no good son of a bitch. And it kind of pains me to say this, but
objectively speaking,
yes, yes. Well, in his own whatever, you know what I mean. But it pains me to say this, but Adam Sandler in that fucking Pixel movie had it right that Billy Mitchell was a fucking was a cheating asshole. But so I'm
the only thing right about that movie.
Hey, I like that movie.
Well,
of course you did.
Of course you did. But here's the thing. Here's how this came down. Here's how they figured it out. Every single Donkey Kong arcade cabinet loads a screen and has a refresh rate of a certain fashion, and every arcade cabinet installs every frame a certain way. And what they found out from watching Billy Mitchell's slow motion, or even if this is a normal video and watching it in slow motion, the frame rate and the refresh rate of his play videos of getting over 1 million points and stuff, they don't load the same way that an actual arcade cabinet would. So they looked farther into it, and they found out that he was more than likely using different versions of the MAME emulating device to play the arcade cabinets and record them that way. To further follow along with that idea, because they can't prove it. They can just say, well, I think you're cheating and here's why. But other substantial evidence follows under multiple recordings of his, he says, oh, I was at a convention, or oh, I was at this arcade event or whatever, and no one's ever seen him get these 1 million point high scores. They've only ever seen him get 700, 800, 900,000 points, which is still pretty damn good, but not anywhere.
Only.
Yeah, only. But when your claim to fame is getting so much more than you're only getting so much less, it's kind of like a small loan of $1 million. I mean, kind of one of those deals. But and he claimed to be doing one of his runs at a special convention, but he did it in a separate room where no one saw him do it. So likely he just pulled out an emulator and started doing it. Another big deal about it is Billy Mitchell has gone on record multiple times saying he has no idea how arcade cabinets function and work, and how the Donkey Kong in particular one functions and works. And the only way to get the kind of quality upload of his gameplay that he's been getting was to directly hook up some kind of capture device to the cabinet internally. And he has no idea how to do that, so he can't do it. And there's one other person out there they could find who actually does capture straight from an arcade cabinet. And he has said, it's not anywhere close to what he's doing. So it's pretty solidified that Billy Mitchell is the recent domino to fall in the high score speedrunning cheating world. The most prominent one before him was the guy who the old Atari dragster game. There's only a certain speed humanly possible you could go in that game, and he got a little bit faster. And I found out recently that he was cheating on that too, and a bunch of his other accomplishments. He actually had his Guinness World Record revoked from that. So this shit don't play. You can get records taken away from the books and stuff for all this. So don't fuck around with arcades. Don't be cheating, bro.
So I feel like this is the part where we need to mention that despite all of this stuff, it's still not totally confirmed, right? So
right. It's
we're not.
But every website has pulled his high scores.
Yeah, just saying, we're not the channel that's saying yeah, he did it right off the bat. But
no,
apparently it's looking pretty grim.
Yeah, I don't want to come out and say in my own definitive idea that he did it, but from all the evidence and people who actually know on the matter, saying that, yeah, he cheated and stuff, and here's all the proof, I'm going to assume that he did. And I mean, just a person of fame, quote unquote, like him. Between even that King of Kong movie that they had for him and like Steve Weeb going through the whole history of their like competitiveness.
Right.
He's a big deal, and now he's been put out as someone who might not be as cool as he says he is. So yeah,
don't be a dirty cheater.
that definitely plays. All right, Steve. Well, why don't you take us away to our next news topics on a happier note? Maybe it's a happier note. I don't know. Let's talk about it.
So, Nintendo has finally confirmed that they are working with Illumination Studios, the makers of the Minion movies, to make a Mario movie. And not only that, but it's being co-produced. Am I reading that right? Yeah. It's being co-produced by Shigeru Miyamoto, the creator of Mario himself. And Chris, Melandari, best known for his work on the Despicable Me franchise, which I personally love. I'm happy to see this is confirmed. I really like the first couple of Despicable Me movies. The Minions movie wasn't bad. I think if they were going to choose a studio to do this, this is probably the best studio they could have done. I don't think they could have got Disney to do it, honestly. Justin might disagree with me on that. But, you know, I'm quite happy with it. I just hope they get Charles Martinet to do Mario. That would be the only thing that could make this any better in my book.
If he wasn't dead, I would say we need, who was it, Lou Albano? The guy who did the voice. He is forever the voice of Mario for me. I'm sorry. I grew up with the cartoons. Like, he was my Mario.
They've got enough of his voice to where, as long as they didn't use any newer characters from that era, they could do it using a computer. It would
would be glorious.
I can only imagine what the licensing on that would look like, though.
Oh, they could just modify his like vocal tone and make it sound like you're saying one long thing. Like you know, like back then, like fucking Waluigi and Wario weren't a thing, but he'd be like, "Oh no, it is Wario and Waluigi."
Yeah, but we want this to sound better than a YouTube poop. So you know. I gotta say, like real talking it though, I'm not like crazy hyped for this movie. Like I've seen people say, "Oh, it'll be fine." I've seen people saying it's going to be a terrible thing. I feel like it's either going to be neutral or it's going to suck. Like. And I'm fine with that. I love bad movies. I love bad Mario movies. But I don't know. I don't need it. You know, it's not going to fill any gap for me that I'm missing in my life. It's a Mario movie. You know.
The thing is though. Ooh, there we go. The thing is even if it's a decent movie, that's still better than most people are expecting it to be.
Yeah, I guess I don't really see the need. Like. It's such a not like story-driven game that it feels weird like having a movie which is like a story-driven element. Like video games can be incredibly story-driven, and I argue that the best ones are. But the ones that aren't like rely so much on their gameplay, and that's what Mario does. That like the fact that now we're putting him into this really like story-heavy medium, I don't know.
Have you seen Frozen? Like, there's not much of a plot there.
Well, but you're all crapping on it all the time, so obviously it didn't do very well. As opposed to maybe a movie like Schindler's List, that is a really good movie, that is really story-heavy. Yeah, like, that's my point. Like, if a movie doesn't have that substance to it, is it going to be a good movie, or is it just going to be kind of like a cash-in cartoon for kids to watch? Like, kind of like a Mario serial.
What they could do if they get Ubisoft to play along with it is take their cartoony Rabbids characters they have and they
Mario versus Rabbids.
Yeah, like maybe not make it related to the game, but like make it so like you know like they have that established little community of Mario and Rabbids together. They can make something out of that.
Like I'm not saying it's going to be bad, and I'm not even saying like I want it to be bad. I just don't know. It personally it doesn't do much for me. And I was going to make an analogy to the Mario cereal. Because, like, it was cool, it was exciting, it was interesting that it was a thing, but at the end of the day, it was just cereal, and it just tasted like cereal, you know? Like, I don't know. I'm sure it'll be fine, but, like, I feel like it's just going to kind of be a movie. Yeah, it's not going to be like an amazing thing that blows people away. And I doubt they're going to make it really bad like the old one, because I don't think they want to go through that, although I think I would prefer that. it's just going to be a movie.
Hoskin's still alive? Let's get him on as Mario.
Oh, I would watch. I'm waiting for my sequel. That movie ended on a cliffhanger, and I want my damn sequel.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. I can see it both ways. I know that this movie is going to come out and it's going to do gangbusters, and I'm going to realize that it's not for me because it's going to be for kids, right? Like I didn't go and watch the Frozen movies like that, but you know that movie did gangbusters, so I'm sure there's an audience for it, obviously. So I'm having a feeling there's going to be an audience for this too.
Well,
it just remains to be seen, like what the plot is and if it's going to appeal to us, you know.
Well, and to be fair, I don't remember the last movie that actually blew me out of the water. I mean, I remember thinking Avengers, the original one, was really cool because you had all these giant-ass actors in this one movie. But most movies now just are really not that great anyway. There's no original writing in any of them. So,
if a movie came out after the 90s, I'm pretty much not into it. So,
sure. All right. Well, why don't you take us into something that you might be into, Lucas, with our last news topic?
Coincidentally, it also involves Mario. All right, dear listeners, do you enjoy your phone? Do you enjoy your phone? Do you enjoy Mario Kart? Do you enjoy playing Mario Kart on your phone?
I wouldn't know.
Well, you're going to be able to find out sometime this fiscal year because Mario Kart Tour will be available on mobile. We have no idea what it's going to be because Nintendo won't. Nintendo made an announcement recently that the Switch is up to 14.86 million sales, which is pretty cool. And they're marching right toward that goal of hitting like 20 million by the end of the year. But more to the point...
Well, there goes Phantom's block question.
Half of those sales have an attachment to Mario Kart. Half of those sales also reflect on Mario Kart because Mario Kart has apparently sold to like half of everybody that owns a Switch. So Mario Kart is doing well, especially considering it's a port of a game that came out on an earlier system. So I guess they assume that people like Mario Kart, which I think is fair. I don't think there's a better kart racing game out there.
Well, you and I talked about it the other night. It's comfort food. It's what you go to when you don't know what you want to play.
Well, it's definitely comfort food for me. I mean, and there is a competitive atmosphere to it too. It's an all-around good game, and that's why it's been like the king of the fun cartoony racers for so long. But yeah, we're getting a Mario Kart app. The fact that it has Tour in the title makes me think that it's going to somehow take advantage of the mobile stuff. Like maybe it's going to have. I'm not saying it's going to be Pokemon Go. But maybe it'll have like a location-based aspect to it, where like depending on where you play the game determines like what courses you race on or something. I don't know. I don't work for Nintendo R&D, but like I'm excited. I'll probably end up playing it for a month, dumping some cash into it, and then deleting it off my phone, like I do with every Nintendo app that comes out. But I want it to be good, and maybe it'll be really fun. So.
Do you think it's gonna? So the way that you're making it sound is like it might not actually be a game. Like, do you think it's actually going to be a game? Like,
no, I'm expecting Mario Kart. I'm just expecting that maybe there will be some like mobility-based requirements to it. You know, like maybe
you can like get with like a bunch, like go kind of like Pokemon Go, where like you can get with a group of people for raids, but like get with the people for like a Grand Prix or something like that.
Yeah, possibly. Alternatively, you know what I would love? Would be like an evolution of what F-Zero, AX, and GX did with like their arcade system, where this game somehow ties into Mario Kart 8 and like unlocks content from that game onto your Mario Kart 8 DX game. That would be amazing.
That would be
so
awesome.
If they can figure out a way, because they can tie in your Nintendo account, you know? If they can find a way to say like, oh, Lucas won at these like 8 races that are exclusive to this game, throw it in Mario Kart 8, like that would be a seller for me. I would play the crap out of that game.
Yeah, so. Yeah. Some people are saying it'd be more like it might be a companion app instead of like an actual game. But like if it's both, like an actual game of itself, and like it has a companion tie into a actual Switch Mario Kart game, then fuck yeah, like that'll be like hella gangbusting shit right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what it is, but again, this is kind of another thing like the movie, like that's it. We got an announcement of it, but we don't really know much else.
Well, if they're let's think about it too real quick. All the Mario apps, like in all the Nintendo apps, are getting on smartphones now. I wonder how far away we are from a Mario Party app. Like,
if it was actually any good, like, break my heart, because I would want to play that all day, every day.
well, yeah, but like if it was good and like had like we'll have to have online if it's a fucking smartphone game. But like if I could just tag in a few, maybe it's like maybe it's akin to like Word to Friends. You do one turn and you wait for someone else to go and you wait and then you I don't know. But like that'd be really fucking cool to do, and I'd play Donkey Kong and spite you because you hate Donkey Kong. And I feel like I hate him too, but.
And if you want to find out why we hate Donkey Kong, check out our YouTube and watch us play Mario Party 3. But more to the point, I feel like you can't get too excited for Nintendo products because, like, that's the golden rule. You get really hyped, you get really excited, and you imagine all these wonderful things, and then it's like half of that, and it's still a really good product, but you've imagined yourself into this, like, impossible dream, and it turns out to be, you know, nothing like what you want. So I'm trying to taper that, but I feel like I already killed myself with the F-Zero idea. So now if it's not perfect, I don't know what I'm going to do.
I have no expectations whatsoever. I don't think there's been a single Nintendo app that I've truly gotten into. So, I don't know.
You missed out on a lot of good stuff, man. Miitomo was fucking great.
I know, but I didn't have anyone to play Miitomo with at the time. And I know Mario Run's good. I just could never. I don't know. I'd rather play a full-scale Mario game.
As long as we're see, actually, I think that the new Super Mario Bros. Formula works really well with that because it's kind of a tired formula anyway. So it's nice to just have it on mobile. But I wish I had gotten more into Pocket Camp since we're talking about our Nintendo app regrets. I feel like that would be a game I'd really enjoy. But
yeah,
I didn't.
Oh. Well, real quick, here's how I feel about Pocket Camp. I loved playing it for a while, and like they updated so much stuff about it, and I haven't played it in like 2 months. I don't care anymore. Like the smartphone mechanic about it, and like the fact that it's not really Animal Crossing. It's just like, oh hey, make friends and buy shit. And like that video you posted in our group chat earlier, the them buying shit. Oh, do you have this thing in your house? No, well, then fuck you. Yeah, like that. Like it's not a long term. It doesn't hold. Water
which is ironic for a game like Animal Crossing, which is supposed to last lifetimes, you know?
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's Mike. Your sentiments are exactly how I felt about Pocket Camp. Like I gave up on it before it even came out in the U.S. You know, like it just didn't.
And they put a lot of stuff in. You can make like matching outfits now from your animals. You can plant a garden, but it's just not.
I just want Animal Crossing on the Switch so bad.
No,
just let it be a thing.
I just hope they wait till after.
We're gonna. Go ahead. I was gonna say we're gonna end it here, guys. We're gonna move on to Nintendo Tunes, but before we do so, we're gonna take a little break, and we'll be right back.
That is goddamn adorable having that cat right behind you like that.
Oh, have you been hearing the little mews he's been making in the background?
Right, Jesus Christ, I need to go feed it.
I just hear Eugene like...
All right, I'm going to go feed these things, and then I'll be back and ready to host, so I'll be right back.
Looking forward to it.
Feed these things.
I liked, Mike, that you immediately picked up on the mew noise. Like, you got it.
Oh, I got it.
Hey, we have a Squirtle bond now, you and me. That's a bond that no one can break, the Squirtle bond.
Oh, yeah. You know, there's many different ways you can interpret that.
You know, seeing those pictures out of context this morning when I woke up, I was like, oh.
You finally got them?
Yeah. I'm like, hey, that suddenly makes sense.
You were just like in your own...
You see a random like 1,000 like Justin faces in your Skype chat. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, you were in your own world last night. Like, you weren't following any of our memeing.
No, but I was having fun last night, actually. Just hanging out, playing a completely different game.
You were having so much fun that the minute Lucas is like, I'm leaving, I'm going to bed, you were just gone. Didn't even say goodnight. You just fucking dipped.
Well, and then I still stayed up and played freaking ukulele last night.
I sent Mike a meme and then I passed out.
Yeah, I played stories and I passed out playing stories and somehow I killed a Zenogre.
I never freeze. I watched that like 50 times at work today while I was setting up. I just kept like repeating, like, don't freeze. I never freeze, just over and over again.
Do you know the way? 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 My brothers, my brothers. Oh god. And Eugene is nowhere. He's gonna fucking hate us when he does the editing on this shit.
Nah, you kidding me? This is prime end of the month material.
Yeah. I'm impressed.
Eugene
I
should
actually
do like a
made
little
the outtakes.
Eugene should do like a little preview of our outtakes for like everybody to hear, kind of like offering that taste of crack. So everybody becomes a patron and gets into it.
I don't know what I missed.
You're talking about crack.
Okay. Sounds about right.
About it.
Well, let me see if I've got everything set.
Oh boy. I should probably turn off my Animal Crossing music now.
Yeah, I'm gonna start guessing Animal Crossing for fucking Nintendo because of that shit. Oh, I hear a city thing with Animal Crossing. No,
you can't hear it, right?
No.
Okay, good. I was like, I haven't been doing the whole show with Animal Crossing playing, right? Admittedly, I will say
would have said something.
I will say, admittedly, if you ever need like calm background music for our show, it works really well.
I love it. I'll listen to Animal Crossing music when I'm working. I'll just put the YouTube video of like the endless music in the background, and it's like calming and soothing. It's great.
Since we're in the in-between section here, when I first started playing New Leaf, which was the summer of 2013, I was so into it that like I would have the music play, and every hour I would switch to like the corresponding.
Oh yeah.
So like I was like, oh, it's 4 p.m. and I'd switch to the 4 p.m. music, and I'm like, oh, it's 5 now, and like I did.
I have the 3 a.m. jingle like in my head permanently because I used to always play Animal Crossing City Folk at like that late at night with my Australian friends and stuff. It's fucking. God, man.
All right. Well, let's get rolling. I'm gonna make a note here, and then I'll bring us back in, and then yeah, we'll start this Nintendo segment. All right, we're back. The Patriots are also on the comeback, so that's shitty. But we're gonna go on to this Nintendo section, and I am hosting tonight, and I'm really excited about it because I actually have a really cool theme tonight. In addition to the Patreon suggested games, my theme this week is, well, games that I can see right over there in my video cabinet. So I have I have all Wii and GameCube games tonight.
Can you turn the camera a little to your left? Eugene, you're off center right now, so I'm going to need you to just... There it is.
Yeah, but guess what? All the games that I'm using are actually on my lap right now, so that's not
jerk. You colossal jerk.
Eugene, I've never wanted to see your penis more than right now.
Oh my god. Okay. And without further ado, Eugene, please play the song.
Well, I guess I better explain what the fuck Nintendo's is. If this is your first show, what this is, I've got games. I think 13 games. I'll probably only play about 10 or 11 games, but regardless, I've got about 5 songs from each game, and these fine gentlemen are going to try and guess them. We've also got some Patreon suggested games in here as well. So if you subscribe to our Patreon at the $2 level, oh, I'm sorry, no, I believe it's the it is the $2.
It's the $2.
Jeez, God, I got to get this shit straight. At the $2 level, you can become our Patreon and give us songs for Nintendo. So if you're interested, go to patreon.com/Infendo Radio. So before I fuck anything else up, let's move on into Nintendo's. This first track is going to be a Patreon suggested track. This one comes from Jay-Z Beast. So good luck, because this one is kind of tough, but I like the music from it, so maybe you guys will get it. Here we go. How's the volume, by the way?
That's good.
Ooh, your stuff is familiar, believe it or not.
It's Doki Doki Panic.
It is not.
This doesn't even sound like a Nintendo kind of music.
Well, that is because your first hint is this appeared on the Wii Virtual Console.
Okay. So, let's see. We had the Genesis, TurboGrafx, like every other Nintendo. So,
I'll give you your next hint after you get your next bit of music. So here's the next track.
I like it.
All right, so your first, or I guess second hint is that this game appeared on the TurboGrafx 16.
oh shit. Oh god, I downloaded
Is
this
this
game.
Comic Zone?
It is not Comic Zone.
Bonk. Bonk 2. Bonk 3.
I downloaded this game. It was on the Wii, and I was like, "Oh, TurboGrafx games. I want to try this out." Fuck.
I don't think I'm gonna know this one.
Fucking hell.
That's the only TurboGrafx game I know.
I'm gonna just bow out right now.
So I've never played this game before, but it looks like a Zelda.
It's an RPG. I know. Because I played it for like in half an hour, and I'm like, okay, whatever.
All right, I'll give you your next track and your next hint. So your next hint is that this game was developed by Hudson.
Ah. And you may be asking yourself, how do you not know what game it is? You played it for half an hour. I played like everything on the Wii for like half an hour and I stopped playing it. Because, like the Wii Virtual Console was like a treasure trove of shit.
You're not wrong.
So I played games and I'm like, okay, I played it. I know what it's like. Oh, what the fuck is
This game's got some really good music, I gotta say that.
It does.
Rumblebee. Darkness.
Fucking, it's not Bomberman. I would know that right away. It's not Bomberman. 93, 94, no,
I'm running out of hints here too. So here's your next track.
Enter Space.
Oh, this is familiar.
So I guess your next hint is that this is a sequel.
Oh, Utopia.
It is Utopia.
Yo, my fucking
But it's Utopia 2. Very nice.
Utopia 2, point for me. Fucking hell.
I was waiting for Steve to be like, Utopia 2!
Nope, I had no idea what that was.
I don't think either of us did.
Never played it, never heard of it. It looks cool, and the music is awesome, so I might have
I
to...
recommend picking it up, actually. It's interesting.
Okay, so this next track comes from lovely old me, so get ready. Here we go.
Great.
Sounds like Endless Ocean.
It is not Endless Ocean.
Is it Endless Ocean 2?
It is not Endless Ocean 2.
Oh.
This isn't like Other M, is it?
No.
It's not, no.
It's like some old school shit. Like, not old school, but slow. That's like sad music.
Those are very different things.
Look, what are some sad games that came on a GameCube in the Wii?
Is this Fragile Dreams?
It is not.
What the hell is that?
It's a really
Let's move
sad
on.
game that came out on the Wii.
Let's move on to another track.
Ask and you shall receive, I guess.
Sin and Punishment?
It's not Sin and Punishment.
Knights?
Beautiful Joe? No.
It is
I
not.
think Eugene didn't even acknowledge your Sega guess.
Nope, I know. The funny thing is, they only hate Sonic, not Sega.
That's true,
He hates the whole damn dirty group. This music is so basic. Is it like Wii music?
It is not Wii music. Let's move on to another track. You're right. This one's probably not the best one. All right, so your first hint is that this game is on. It is not Echo the Dolphin. Your first hint is that this game appeared on the GameCube.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's not Echo then. That's a Wii title.
This isn't going to be like Link's crossbow training, is it?
That was on the Wii.
Your next hint is that this game was developed by Ubisoft.
Oh god, is that a Rayman game?
It is not Rayman. Here is your next track.
Perfect Dark was in the 64 game, wasn't it?
Yes.
Is that the one with the camera and the pig and everything?
It's not Eternal Darkness, is it?
It's not Eternal Darkness.
What was that fucking Ubisoft game from last week? Like Dokapon Kingdom Monster Hunter or whatever it was?
Yeah. Is it that Game Boy Advance game? I'm trying to think of GameCube games.
Lucas was close, wasn't he? That pig camera thing. You gave him a look. Was it like Geist or something?
It's not Geist.
Ooh, I forgot
Here's
about
your
that
next
one.
track. I've only got one more after this.
Yes, that's what we do now. It's not Ubisoft.
Can this be the Infendo theme song? I don't think I ever had this game.
What is that?
Well, this is interesting.
Yeah, this is the official Infendo theme song. It's canon now.
This is how we open up every show now.
Like, if we were an anime, this would be our opening.
It's awesome.
All
You're
right,
like,
I got one more track for you. I'm going to read you the back of the box. A government conspiracy wreaks havoc upon the planet blank. As the rebellious action reporter blank, you must
Space Channel 5.
No, you must penetrate your leader's web of lies and expose their horrific secrets.
Is it Horrific Lies, Web of Secrets?
I got nothing.
It's Planet Blank.
All right, you guys give up?
I give up.
Utopia. Yeah, sure.
I almost wanted to give it to you, Lucas, but you just didn't come up with a name. You had it. It is the pig camera.
Oh, it is the pig camera game.
Beyond Good and Evil.
Beyond Good and Evil. So that's not... Okay, so what was the other game I was talking about? Because I've never played either of them, and I mixed those up. Perfect Dark. That's the one.
Oh, yeah, Perfect Dark, yeah. Oh, yeah, because she's the female protagonist. I can see where you can...
I don't know. I just, I was too young during that phase to, play either of those games, and... Cool. I was close.
All right. Well, nobody gets that point. Mike is still in the lead, and we're going to move on to our next track. Is anybody keeping score for me? Because I'm not.
Well, so far it's Mike with
right
one.
now was Mike.
Okay.
I'll keep track in the chat because I'm not doing anything else.
That works. Well, we're on round 3, Steve. All right, round 3. Let's go to another Patreon suggested track. This one comes from Corky Dog. He actually has 2, so if we have to have a tiebreaker, we'll play his second one. But this one comes from Corky Dog.
Streets of Rage.
No.
Beats of Rage.
No.
Roads of Rage.
Cleats of Rage.
Cleats of Rage? Is that like a soccer game?
Yeah,
Yes.
It's a hardcore soccer. Then Sheets of Rage, which is the sleeping simulator. Boy, that got a hearty response out of all of us. We're dead inside.
Oh my god.
All right, so...
It's not Muramasa, is it? I'm just throwing that out there now.
It's not. Let's get you another track. Let's get you your first hint. First hint is this game appeared on the GBA.
This isn't a game.
Fire Emblem?
Game. What the fuck?
Well, that's because I didn't pick
Fire
it.
Emblem?
Oh,
Is it
yeah.
Fire Emblem?
It's not Fire Emblem.
I hate you.
Is it Fire Emblem?
This actually sounds really familiar.
Sorry.
At least it did.
Let's move on to another track here.
I guess I'll click on Eugene's face.
There you go. All right, so I'm going to give you a hint here. I'm not going to give you the developer, but the publisher of this game was Sega.
This isn't Mario Party, is it?
Say it!
Was there a Mario Party Game Boy Advance?
I don't know, but it was
Sega?
not.
Is it Sonic Party, that Sonic Mario Party game?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Yeah, Eugene doesn't play Sonic. It's against his...
Yeah, but Steve, this is a patron suggestion.
Oh, that's a good point. Patrons, please suggest Sonic games the week that Eugene hosts. Break him.
So, I guess your next hint would be that this is kind of like a run and gun game. And here's your next track.
This isn't Vector Man or Vector Man 2, is it?
It's not.
They weren't on the Game Boy.
Alright.
I guess so.
Think it, I guess it.
They're good games, though. I like them.
God, we're doing good tonight, huh?
Yeah. I guess I wasn't going to give you the developer because I thought it would give it away, but here it comes, so get your buzzers ready. This was a Sega published game, but it was developed by Treasure.
Adventure Island?
It's not Adventure Island.
No.
Who the hell is Treasure?
Oh god, I thought that would be a huge hint.
I've never heard of that.
And now it's something completely
So
different.
a run and gun Sega game on the GBA.
Yep. This game had sequels and prequels. This is definitely not the first in the
Is it like
franchise.
Spyro? No, that wasn't even Sega, was it?
It's not.
It's not Contra, is it?
It's not Contra, but it's a game a lot like Contra.
I got nothing.
The protagonists' name are Red and Blue. None of y'all have played this before?
Yeah, Pokemon.
That Halo,
Fire Red and Leaf Green.
that Halo machinima that came out in like
I was just thinking
1985.
All right. So, you guys give up?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. This game was a Sega-published game titled Gunstar Heroes.
Oh God, I've heard of that.
Oh.
I've heard of it.
Yeah.
God damn it.
So Mike still has 1 point, and that's...
Yeah, we're in round 4.
I am running away with this.
All right. Let's go.
I don't know if we'd call 1 point running away with it.
On round 4.
More like limping away with it.
All right, so we're going to move on to one of my tracks. I think this one's probably going to be easy, so get fucking ready, because here we go.
Resident
This is
Evil?
Resident Evil 4.
It is not.
Did you remember this?
It is not.
Fuck. Is this Resident Evil 1, 2, or 3?
It is not a
Or
Resident Evil.
0?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
because I said Resident Evil. I'd be pissed if I didn't get it.
Well, there was 5 of them on the GameCube. God, I think I know this.
Okay, can our first hint be, is this actually a GameCube game?
This game is a GameCube game.
Yeah, I've heard this too.
Me too.
Fuck.
Is this Crystal Chronicles?
It's not Crystal Chronicles. Here's
Is
your
it
next
Final
track.
Fantasy?
It is not.
Fire Emblem?
It is not.
Oh, I know this. I've heard this before.
They're gonna make me mad. I know it.
It's not Pokemon Coliseum now. It's too late.
Actually, not going to give you very many hints on this.
It's not like Twilight Princess, is it?
It is not.
And it's not XD Gale of Darkness either, is it?
It's not.
See, we're good at guessing what it's
Steve,
not.
I like how you just keep latching on to my guesses with like alternate guesses.
Well, I had to throw it out there.
All right, here's the next track.
It's not like, no, it's not F-Zero. That's stupid.
Is it F-Zero GX?
It is not.
Thank you, Mike.
You're welcome. You were just sitting there all menacingly, like I needed to get something out.
Is it like Wave Race or?
It's not. I'll give you a hint. This is the only hint you're gonna get from me.
Okay.
You guys were close in the beginning when you were thinking that it was a horror game, but it's not a horror game for everybody else. I just really hate it.
Is this Metroid Prime 1 or 2?
No.
No, this isn't Metroid music.
Is this Shadow the Hedgehog? Is this Sonic Heroes? It's Shadow the Hedgehog!
God.
All of a sudden I was like, he's playing all the multiplayer stage music, isn't it?
It's fucking
Yes!
Shadow the Hedgehog.
Oh, thunder, rain, and lightning.
Wow, no wonder I knew it, but didn't guess it because fucking Eugene playing the damn game.
I wouldn't have guessed Eugene playing a Sonic game.
I knew it!
I told you I played this fucking garbage-ass game.
Oh,
All
God.
right. So, that was round 4?
4, yes.
So Mike has 1
Mike-
point, and Lucas has a point, right?
Yep,
Mhm.
Micus has a point, and so does Lucas.
Luke, which is just me and Mike.
Well,
together.
essentially, Micus does have a point.
No, Micus has 2 points. When we fuse, our points combine.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
All right, let's move on to another game from me. I don't think that you guys are going to get this one. I think this one's going to be really tough, so I'm going to give you guys hints right away. This game was a Wii game. Let's start you off with that.
Is this that Shadow game?
Shadow the Hedgehog? That was last time.
No,
Shadow
not,
Man?
no, not Shadow the Hedgehog. Shadow, the one where you play as the Shadow and you have to manipulate light.
Oh, Lost in... No,
Lost
it's
in
not.
Shadow.
Yeah, it's not Lost in Shadow. So, let's give you... Well, I'll give you your next hint here. So, this guy... this game was composed by Sakamoto, the same guy who did a lot of the Final Fantasy.
Is this the last story?
It's not last story.
Is it like that Lost Tower? What that game was? That came out with
Pandora's
Tower.
Yeah.
It is not.
Good, because we all would have won at that point.
So this guy specifically did Final Fantasy Tactics and like Over Battle and stuff like that. He wasn't like, he didn't do a lot of the...
Is this Elebit? No.
It is not Elements. But you're in the right ballpark, I'm going to tell you that. Here's your next track.
Is it that,
No.
It's not Electric Planet.
is it that game with the motion controls that got tacked on by like, oh, what's that called? Like Bloop or something? Bloop? Glorp? What's that one that like came with the Wii Motion Plus?
I don't know, but it's not that, I don't think. So this game came out pretty well. No, this game came out pretty close after the Wii launch, I guess. A couple of years after, so it was pretty early in the Wii life cycle, I guess. Alright, let's get a
Final Fantasy game then?
It's not Final Fantasy. This game is it is kind of a RPG, but it's like a RPG light.
This music is getting more and more familiar.
This game was developed by Koei.
This music is getting worse all the time.
Man, what the fuck is this?
We need more music.
I'm going to give you another track, and I'm going to read you the back of this box.
See, that always freaks me out. a second.
Actually, it doesn't even have anything on the back of the box. It's just a bunch of pictures. So it says, join blank on a journey across the distant cosmos. Pursue different jobs such as rescuer, idol, or detective in this role-playing adventure. Lead your party into battle against the nasty rogues. Make friends with citizens from other planets to unlock new jobs and adventures.
Room in a nice guy.
So this game was famous for having you could play it with only the nunchuck.
Only the nunchuck?
Yes.
Oh, I guarantee I've never played it then.
What the heck is this?
You've got one game left. Or one track left. I don't think you guys are gonna get it.
I'm getting overwhelmed with music.
Now we're getting underwhelmed with music.
Tough life, Eugene.
Man.
Minus says, clearly it didn't sell well. You're not wrong, Minus. It sold, I'm sure, very poorly.
Yeah,
You guys give
because
up on this
I
one?
was big on like Wii launch titles. I got nothing. I don't think
It wasn't a launch. It came out in 2008, so it was, I guess, a couple years after launch. But you guys give up?
Yeah.
Guess so.
This game was called Opuna.
Never heard of it.
What the fuck is
And you could it was actually kind of neat. It was very basic, very simplistic, but you could you have these like balls that you shoot at the enemies. It's like a turn-based combat, but like the hook behind it is that you could like curve them by twisting the Wii remote left or right, and it would either go left or right or whatever.
Oh my god, I just Google searched Opuna and it looks fucking adorable.
It's called Opuna and you shoot balls.
Everyone, real quick, pause. Google search Opuna and like the main character is like adorable.
I don't want to Google search anything. I'll probably crash my computer.
Yeah, I'm not doing it either. Just out of habit. Spite. Let's call it spite.
So I should have called this the Impossible Nintendoons because all of the listener suggested songs are pretty hard too. So let's move on to another listener suggested song. This one.
I'm actually curious. Have our listeners in the live chat been guessing these? Like, are we just stupid? Okay, good.
No, nobody's gotten shit, so don't feel bad.
Say my tunes are hard mode.
Yeah, yours is like the second hardest. Well, no, that would be Justin.
All right, so this one comes in from Minus. So let's move on with his track.
Hold on, the Eagles just won, I think. I'm here. I'm here. My neighbor's screaming. I'm pretty sure the Eagles just won the Super Bowl.
Oh, good. Oh, yep, you're not wrong. Sorry, Tom Brady. Sorry, Andy.
It's because he couldn't cheat this year.
I don't think they won, though. No, it's still on. There's 2 minutes left, so Tom Brady can still come back, and it's probably going to happen.
Is this Final Fantasy, Crystal Chronicles, any of those games?
It is not, but it is an RPG.
Of course.
It is Minus.
Oh God, Minus, what have you done to me? I don't know what to say. I don't know what to pick. I don't know what to think. I'm not good at RPGs or Patreon suggestions, apparently.
All right, so your first hint is that this game appeared on the DS.
Interesting. It's not Contact.
It's not Contact, no.
Keep waiting for that to pop up. The music's not that good.
Is this Radiant Historia?
Ah! Steve's got a point! Been paying attention to Minus in the Discord, have we?
Oh, yeah, well, I plan on getting that game on 3DS, not the special edition, but, you know.
Yep. Very nice.
And thus the cosmos align, and the three Nintendo Infendos, the Nintendo Infendos, all receive a point.
That's a nice little pyramid we got going there in the chat.
Right. Okay, so let's move on to
Thank you, Minus.
Holy shit. Hold on a sec. Something went crashing down. Let me put a note in my... Hold on, I'll be right back.
Eugene needs to see who
what
just...
the hell happened, cats?
God.
This is a part of the podcast where I like to let you all know that we have a Discord channel you can all join. I don't know the link to it. I don't know how to get to it, but we have one. Come join us.
Don't
Thank
have
you.
animals. They'll ruin your life.
So yeah, my hemorrhoids are like really bad.
And to find out more about the condition, you're going to have to listen to that stuff that you listen to when you edit the podcast, Eugene.
All right, let's move on to something a little easier, I think. Although I did pick some pretty hard tracks from this game, so we'll see how it goes. Here's your next track.
Oh, I know this.
Donkey Kong, Donkey Kong.
No, shh. I know Star Fox. It's Star Fox. Staff. Yes. Come on.
I have to pause.
It is Star Fox Adventures. I think I have to give that one to Lucas, even though he just got Star Fox.
The staff one. Star Fox, the staff one.
That's the pause music, right?
Yeah.
It is the pause music.
I knew it, and I was like, I know this. I know it's going to pop into my head. And I was like, Mike knows it. Crap.
All right, so that was Star Fox Adventures. Lucas gets the point. He is our leader now. What round are we on? Is that round 6?
That's round 11. Game over. Good game, gentlemen.
I don't know.
Couldn't compete.
That's so many rounds. I don't know.
That was round 6, I believe. We're going to move on to the next one and move on to another Patreon suggested song.
Oh, dear God, no. If you'd like to make our lives a living hell, become a patron today at patreon.com/Infendo Radio.
Don't be Phantom, don't be Phantom.
You're absolutely not wrong, because here comes fucking Phantom in with the heavy hitters.
Okay, so it's either Chronicle of something or Age of something or
Tale.
You're not
wrong.
I'm going to give you your first hint right now. It is something of something.
Okay, let's go.
Here we
No
go.
random guessing until it starts, Jen.
Donkey of Kong.
Ruins of Mana. Eugene, to answer your question, the volume is abysmal.
Can we turn it up a hair? Or 7?
Or like a scalp.
Oh, I know this. It's a touch of my spaghetti.
So your first hint is this came. Well, I guess your second hint is this one was a Super Nintendo title.
Legacy of Ys.
No.
Dragon of Quest.
Legend of Zelda.
No. This is a game in a long-running franchise, though. So it is one of those types of things.
Secret of Mana.
No.
God, I'm pretty sure I know what the franchise is, but I have no idea anything beyond that, so I'm not even going to say it.
Well, if you say the franchise, I'm pretty much going to give it to you, because, like...
Tales of something?
No.
Wow. Oh, I know what this is.
Tales of something.
All right, let's see if I can dig up some hints here, because it sounds like we're gonna need them.
This has been a hard Nintendo's. I am physically drained.
What letter does this game start with?
No, that's not fair.
So this game is a Super Nintendo game, I believe.
That's what
Yeah,
you
you
said.
said that.
Oh, okay. Well, you're welcome.
Nobody thanks you. Just keep cranking out the hints, Eugene.
Your next hint Your next hint is that this game, it appears to have appeared on both the... Yeah, looks like it was on both the PlayStation and the Super Nintendo somehow.
That's odd. Oh yeah, this game was on the Switch and the Xbox One. Well, that's why.
I could be wrong about that, but you know. This game was a Koei title.
Oh God.
What is that? What
Oh God.
Don't get it, Lucas. Come on.
I feel like he's talked about this before.
Probably.
Your next hint is that Phantom loves the series. He wishes that they would localize 13. So there's 13
Yes!
games.
Oh, damn it! I know this! This is Age of Empires? Empires of something of Empires.
No.
Oh God, I'm so close. Oh, I know this. I know this!
What has 13 games in it? What the fuck?
What is it called? What is it called?
Phantom. I gotta start talking to
Phantom.
you.
I can hear him talking.
Phantom, why don't I listen to you? Phantom, why don't you talk to me about
I'm
these
just
games?
so bad at these game names. We've talked about this. I know what this game is. You can like go off and do anything. You can lead an army, or you can like manage a camp, or you can be a soldier. Oh God, what did he call it?
It's something of something.
Yeah.
Okay, your next hint is it is something of the something. And that's your last hint, and here's your last track.
Typing of the Dead.
What is this called?
Well, I know it's
Sins
not
of the
Crypt
Roman
of the
Empire.
Necrodancer.
I was gonna say Sins of a Solar Empire. I'm reaching now into like all of my friend zones.
Distract Lucas now, like just saying random shit.
What is this?
Touchdown of the Eagles.
Legend of the Forgotten Kingdom. All I can think of now is Sins of a Solar Empire. That's stuck in my head like permanently.
Nope.
Not even a game.
All right.
Yeah, I think. Phantom,
Y'all
I'm
give
sorry,
up?
buddy. I do.
All right.
I
This
can't
game.
do this.
If I had like 20 more minutes, I think I could get this. But
This game is called Romance of the Three Kingdoms.
Three Kings.
4.
oh,
That was fun.
Romance. I
Thanks
love
for
that.
that, Phantom.
We've had
Phantom
many
says-
chats about that game.
The
Phantom
minute you
says
said
maybe
romance,
listen
I remembered your
closer.
fucking title.
Phantom, if you keep up that smart tone, I'm going to stop listening altogether.
Jeez. Little boy.
Oh Lord! Oh Lord! All right,
Not
so
going well for
Phantom and Corky Dog managed to stump you. So good job, guys. That was our final Patreon suggestion. Unless we have need of Corky Dog's final game. So what does that mean? What does that bring us to? That's you guys missed 2 of mine. You guys missed 2 of the patrons. You guys and Steve has 1. Mike has 1. Lucas has 2. So I believe we only have a few tracks left, guys. So
If
let's move on to the next
I
one.
lose this game because of Star Fox, I'm gonna be fucking mad.
You say it's not good for you, but you're only down by 1 right now. So
Yeah,
again, now
it's still
I'm
tied.
limping to the finish line.
Here's our next track. This one comes from me.
That game?
No.
Welcome, Melee. No, that was Wii U. My bad.
This is round 9, by the way.
Mike is dying right now.
I feel like I should know this one.
Did they make like Ghosts and Goblins for the
Steve,
GameCube?
I feel as if you also should know this one because you've already guessed this game.
Tonight?
Yeah.
Donkey Kong Jungle Beat?
Oh, I broke Steve.
What?
Here's your next track.
I've already guessed it. I'm gonna fucking miss it.
What game did Steve guess? Man, I need like a photographic memory.
Who listens to Steve?
No, you need an eidetic memory.
Shut
Oh
up,
God, I've watched way too much Big Bang.
you nerd.
All right, your first hint, or I guess your second hint or third hint, whatever fucking hint this is. This game appeared on the Wii.
You said that already.
Oh, well, there you go.
You suck at giving hints tonight, Eugene.
Apparently.
You need an eidetic memory.
Oh my god.
Yoshi of the story.
This isn't Lost in Shadow, is it?
It is not.
Huh.
I'll give you another trap. I think that this might be the same one.
Resident Evil 0 through 4?
Yeah, this sounds like Resident Evil, Steve.
It's the only things I can remember guessing tonight.
It worries me that Eugene didn't say no.
It's not Resident Evil.
Okay, good. Is this like Jet Set Radio? No.
No. I'd be mad because I guess so.
Oh my god, is this Space Channel 9?
No, it's not. Space Jam Online? I thought that was a serious guess for a minute, and he did that.
All right, your next hint is this is a Sega title.
I was close.
God, we're back to Sega. Oh, Dreams.
Oh my god.
Is this Dreams?
It is nice.
Yes, you knew what I meant.
Okay, so admittedly, I was pretty close with Space Channel 9. I was only
I thought you said
skip it and jump away.
I thought you said Space Jam Online.
I was wondering why you were so hard on me for that one. I was like, okay, it wasn't the best guess, but like, you know.
All right, so that
You did. You broke me. You've guessed this, and I just nothing.
that means that we are tied with 2 apiece. Lucas and Steve have 2. Mike has 1. We have 1 track left, maybe, because this is the 10th round. But
So Mike gets.
What was this for? What is that? What is this for, Eugene? Are you trying to like imply something like, oh, Mike might get this point? I don't know.
I was literally just trying to pick a booger. I don't know.
I want to know why you keep flicking Eugene off, but you know, you just keep playing the
Because I'm
game.
losing?
Is the next
So if
game
Mike gets
Booger
this
Man?
one, we will have a 3-way tie, and we will have a sudden death overtime.
I guess also if neither of us get this, we'll have a sudden death. So the odds are pretty
Also
good
true.
for that sudden death.
All right, but I have a feeling one of you guys is going to get this game. I don't know who, but let's find out. Here comes the final track? Question mark.
All right, Peanut.
Here we go. Eagles win.
New Super Mario Bros.
No.
No. Sorry.
Wait, really? Oh my god. WarioWare?
No.
It is WarioWare! WarioWare Smooth Moves, baby girl!
Oh, I'm sorry, Mike. I'm less sorry, Steve.
Wow.
Oh.
All right, well, you did it. Let's take you away. I'm very proud of you. You are the Nintendo's champion. How do you feel, Lucas?
I feel like I was going to make a Disney World joke, but we got like 20 of those last time. I feel like Mike hates me, but, you know, what can you do? I feel like Steve has always hated me.
No, I took second place. That's a good week.
My brother, this is nothing here.
God damn it. All right, we're out. We're going to move on to our next segment, but before that, we're going to take a little break, and we'll be right back.
Yeah, Lucas is going to go let the cats in because they're banging at the door. So
I gotta
Lucas will
pee.
be back in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail, darling.
2 shakes of something.
Did Steve just say what I thought he said?
Pretty sure he said it.
He was talking about peeing, and then he said 2 shakes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Steve, I never thought Steve would be the problem child of the group. I was expecting it would be you, Mike. But yeah, it's Steve.
So I guess while we're here waiting, I had 2 other games as backup. Would you guys have gotten this one?
Yes.
What is that?
Okay.
Oh, WarioWare? Depends on if you played the
Wario
World.
That wouldn't have counted,
one-
Lucas.
How about this one?
I wouldn't have got Klonoa, no.
I might have gotten Klonoa, actually. I had a really big Klonoa phase a while back, but it would have been a rough shot.
fucking played Wario World.
I'll play you Corky Dog's last game. No one would have gotten this one. I'd had to give you like a million fucking hints. So this game involved a chicken.
Chicken Wiggle.
Not too far off. It is Alfred Chicken. Yeah, right?
And fireworks and explosions going off outside my house because the fucking Eagles won, and the entire city and the entire state of Pennsylvania is burning to the ground right now. I didn't even win in 10 tunes. I'm gonna die in a fire of pain and suffering and football.
Oh, God.
I'm hosting next week. I don't fucking care. I am hosting next week. I'm taking you all to hell with me.
Does this mean that I'm tied with Eugene right now for the most wins at Nintendo's this year?
You are.
I'm telling you right now, the theme of next week is I'm going to make sure all of you suffer, and I hate all of you.
Hey, Eugene, will you do me a favor? Will you text me how many wins everybody's got and what episode they won on, and I'm going to start a document for this year?
God.
We already have a
don't
document.
know. I don't. Why are you asking me that question? I don't fucking know.
I don't know.
Don't worry, dude. Just fireworks.
I'll go back and listen to it. It'll give me something to do while I'm slow.
Yeah, I know that we're tied. I don't remember exactly how we got that way because I know we tied like.
You guys tied on one of them.
Mike right now.
Yeah.
I'll go back and listen to it this week while we're only a few episodes in.
Northern Lights.
Sure. All right, well, let's take us back in. All right, we are back. The Eagles are champs. Tom Brady's crying. It's okay. He's got Giselle at home. He's probably fine. So here we are. We're going to be playing some more games. This one's called Hit That Question Block.
This is a game?
Well, I don't know. I was trying to roll with it. My tongue was tied. That's what came out. Okay, here we go. This is what we have, and this is what we're sticking with. But yeah, this is a question block. We, if you are a Patreon member at the $3 level, you can join in on this segment, and basically you can ask us a question, and we'll talk about it right now. So the first question comes from Phantom. So Steve, you want to read Phantom's question for us?
Yeah. As we alluded to earlier, Nintendo has said that they want to sell 20 million Switch consoles in the next fiscal year. What do you guys think Nintendo has to do in order to accomplish this? For me, they've already got the Switches in stock. You can walk into basically any store now and buy a Switch on most days of the week. So I think their key thing they've got to do this year to keep that going is a steady stream of really big games. I don't think all these indie games are going to cut it. People aren't buying consoles to play indie games. And, you know, that probably sounds weird coming from me, Mr. Indie Game. But I really think they need some strong, you know, big titles, because even Mike and Lucas have said it recently where there's just no big games out right now.
And nothing on the horizon. Yeah, that's kind of...
I mean, we've got, what, 2 remakes coming out? 3 remakes coming out, actually, if you count Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah, I'm with you, Steve.
I am too, actually. But here's the thing, though. I'm kind of 2 minds here. I'm sorry to cut you off here, but like I think that it's kind of a blessing and a curse, right? Because at this time of the year, there's a bunch of indie games that are going on, like kind of like what you're saying, Steve, that are getting a lot of shiny, that are shining pretty bright on the Switch right now, like Celeste, right? Like that game just came out, and people are talking like. It's gotten like 10 out of 10s on some sites, you know? So like, I think that maybe it's not such a bad thing, like that we don't have like a Mario or a Zelda or anything like that, like on the immediate horizon, or you know what I mean? Like, or the equivalent of, but go ahead with what you guys were going to do.
They're nice fillers, but we need something bigger.
Well, yeah, because the question was, how is the Switch going to make it to 20 million? And honestly, I feel like they'll do it just by existing at this point, because they're only like 5 million away. But, But I don't think indies are going to cut it. Like, indies are what we have Steam for, you know? If I wanted to get indies and I wanted to get them cheap, I'd just go on Steam. And as much fun as it is to get those indies, and as great as it is for the indies to be doing well on Nintendo, it's not, I don't think, going to be the thing that really pushes Nintendo to the finish line. You know, I think they need one Mario Kart or one Smash Bros. Or one new Zelda or something. They need something to come out that, you know, would do that. And I don't know if there's anything planned. Like, I'm half expecting to find out this summer that there's a big game coming out this fall, you know, whether it's like Smash 5 or Animal Crossing or, but
I have a feeling Nintendo's holding like their cards real tight for sure.
We're getting Yoshi this year and Kirby this year, so I mean that's a big game.
They can't. I was just gonna say
sarcastically,
they can't bank it all on two games that are both, admittedly, quality games, but both very niche games. You know, there's got to be something more.
Sarcastically,
I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying it's something that needs to happen. Like, they need to come out with something that'll attract mainstream gamers this year. And so far, it almost surprises me. I guess they wanted to go out with a bang in the first year, but it almost surprises me that we got a really great Mario and a really great Zelda in like the same, you know, half a year. Because normally that's the kind of thing that you space out to keep your games, you know, selling well. But
what worries me at the moment is we know we're getting
Wild a really great Zelda. I know. What you gonna do?
We know that we're getting, you know, something big for the end of the year. We have no idea what we're getting before E3. Yeah. And I know it's kind of early to be talking about E3, but it's 4 months away, and we have no idea what we're getting before E3, with the exception of Bayo 1, Bayo 2, Hyrule Warriors. Am I missing any others, or are those the three big games that we're getting before E3 right now?
Well, that's really kind of it.
Oh, tennis. Yeah, there's Mario Tennis coming out. As far as first party games, though,
I'm excited for Mario Tennis. What about Metroid Prime 4 and Pokemon? Those were both announced. I know they probably won't be coming out this year, but
Prime 4 is possibly 2018. Pokemon is 2018 or later, as of the same announcements they turned out with the whole Mario Kart tour thing. They also tweeted that out.
So that's a possibility. Yeah. Maybe those will be the games that carry like the hardcore. Yeah, again, that would do nothing for me if it was Prime 4, because like I have no interest. But hardcore gamers would probably eat that up. So
yeah, I'm kind of with you on your original point, Lucas. Like, Nintendo doesn't really have to do much, and they're gonna sell 20 million units. I think that's just like gonna happen. Like, people want the Switch. Like, there's a hunger for it.
Right. I think the question now is, hey, Mike won't talk. Mike, talk.
No.
Okay, Mike, no talk. No, Mike, no talk.
No, talk.
No, fucking. Like 20 million, like those have to breathe, and they'll get 20 million. The question now is what we should focus on now: how they're going to get to 30 million, and that's a bigger steep of a climb for me. I feel like, because like they've shot their load already. Like, they can't, like, we won't get another Mario game that's like top notch until like 2023, if that. And thankfully, like, Nintendo said they want to support the Switch for more than 5 years, but like even then, like, we're not gonna have that main big thing for a while. Yeah, Mario Party will come out, like Zelda, maybe get a spin-off game, but like, we've already had our big thing. Like, Mario Odyssey already has 9 million units to the 14 million consoles out there, so we already have the attach rate and everything. We don't have a lot to go off of this point, and I feel like Nintendo has a huge hit right now. We're gonna love it, and the Switch will always be a great console, but I think we might start slowing down now. We might be coming out of the honeymoon phase because we gave everything we got too quick.
See,
but I think 20 million. Yeah, I don't want to either. I think they'll hit 20. They'll hit 20 million by July, I'm thinking. But what they do with that 20 million and what they do with the games coming out help boost it to 30 million. That has yet to be seen. Like, agree with the Nindies. You know, that does a lot for the Indie scene, but doesn't push them. That doesn't make Nintendo drop any AAA titles anytime soon. Doesn't help them do anything.
I guess one final point, since we're already over time, is I don't think the Labo is going to move many units. We've been talking about it a lot, but I feel like the Labo just exists for people who already own the system, who want to have their kids, you know, get their kids something to play. And I don't see a lot of parents going out and saying like, "Hey, let's buy this $300 video game system so we can build cardboard boxes with our kid." You know,
I see it moving. I see it moving itself like 2 million units, like 2 million Switches and stuff is helping move. So like it won't be a big hit. It'll be a big hit over time, but it won't be like an immediate huge hit.
Right. Okay, well, let's move on to the next question. Mike, why don't you take us away with Minus? He has a two-parter.
I'll ask part 1 and Steve can ask part 2. Part
Lucas.
1.
Well, Lucas.
You were listening? Okay. Oh, didn't Lucas ask that one? Okay, well, whatever. Lucas can ask that one. No, Lucas won Nintendo. He can't do anything else. He's done.
So that's what this is about.
It is. So Minus asks, if online, the paid online Nintendo online service starts in September of this year, what heavy-hitting game needs to come out alongside it? God, these questions are like perfectly juxtaposed between each other, aren't they? Like it's like they thought about it together or something. I feel like to tie in to the online service, if we're talking about new games, fucking Mario Kart 9, Smash, and like a fucking online Mario Party would be like big ticket items. Would they help move things? Maybe not Mario Party, but Smash would. Fucking in terms of like classic games that they can release online game with online functionality, literally any Mario Party game, literally any other 64 and GameCube game, that'll just sell hotcakes. I don't know. I don't know what they can bring out that'll help online.
My one and only answer was Smash. That is the only game for me that is going to sell the online is Smash. I don't care if it's Smash 4 or 5.
Granted, I will play I will pay for online to play what I already have, but I don't want to. I don't know what else they can put out to make it happen. Lucas, you have your hand raised.
Phantasy Star Online 2 is supposed to come out this year.
Oh yeah,
it would be fun to get like an MMO that like we could use the online service for and have a lot of fun stuff happen there.
Yeah,
I've never played the series, so I have no opinion on that one.
I've never played the series either, and I have an opinion on it.
Here's the thing. So why don't we wrap into the second part of his question, because I kind of want to riff off that. Steve, you want to read his second part here?
Why does everybody pick Steve?
Because I'm the quiet one.
Lucas, ask the question.
What would make this online service wait worth it to you? What do they need to do to differentiate, in your opinion, from the competitors?
So I really don't think that Nintendo has to do much, to be honest with you. They have to have an online system that works, and they have to, and that's really it for me. Like it's got to be cheaper than the competitors. I think they're already doing that, and that's really all that matters to me.
I'll be real. I want like an online service that actually does something. Like I was fine with Nintendo's online for all these years because it was free, and that was like the gimmick for me. It's like hey, I don't have to pay $10 a month or whatever, or $10 a year, or whatever the price of like a PlayStation membership is to go online. So it doesn't matter to me if they don't have like voice chat for specific groups and stuff. But like if we're gonna have to start paying money for it, I want more streamlined, mainstream kind of online services, you know? I want to be able to like connect to a room and be like, oh, hey, look, Steve's there. Oh, Mike's there. Let me invite them first of all. So like, you know, they can see that I'm playing a game and I want them to play with me without having to text them about it. And then let's open up a voice chat room and voice chat right on our Switches, you know? Also, an internet browser would be nice if we're going to be getting an online service. It would be nice to finally be able to play a game and go onto my internet from my game and be like, how do I beat so-and-so, you know?
Right.
So that would be a nice feature.
Party chat. Kind of like what I was talking about last week or a couple weeks ago or whatever. If they could integrate party chat into the Switch itself.
Yeah, I mean, system level, yeah.
Yeah, the Switch already has a microphone built in when you're in handheld mode. So that, like, let me rephrase that. The Switch has inside its headphone jack a microphone port built into it. So as long as you've got a wired headset when you're in handheld mode, like an iPhone headset or something, you're fine.
Let me dig my Wii Speak out of the thing. They'll just plug it into the USB.
Well, and that's the other thing is when it's docked, it supports USB headsets already, wired or wireless. So they're already equipped for such a thing. They just need to release an app that runs in the background. And I don't think that's overly difficult.
Right, or let like Bluetooth headphones be a thing, right? Yeah. So that have like built-in microphones.
Any phone can run it. You can run Skype in the background. You can run Hangouts in the background. You can run Discord in the background of a phone. And I have a hard time believing the Switch isn't as powerful as a phone. I know it's got a render the game and do all that kind of stuff, and I don't understand, everything that entails. But I have a hard time believing that it can't run a voice chat app in the background while it's running a game.
Sure. I agree. Like every system at this point can do it, like hell, the freaking 3DS could do it, like if the game supported it, like let's have some voice chat. Come on, guys. So Mike, Lucas, you guys want to step in here while we have a few seconds left?
I already talked. Why is nobody listening to me tonight?
Mike no talk. Mike won't talk. Mike talk like this. Fucking. It worries me that we're up there finally gonna launch the online service, and we haven't got a single like important update to the online phone app. So I'm kind of worried about how they're gonna run the online service. What do they need to do for me to want to use it more? Like, what do they got to give me? They got to give me everything you guys all said, but they also got to give me like some incentives, like some free stuff. They got to give me some quality like down purchasable like online like gaming for my Switch and everything. I don't know. Just give me something of value. Fucking give me a good virtual console and we'll be good. We'll talk.
But let's be real, like we're all gonna pay for it regardless because we're all gonna want to play Bomberman and Mario Kart and like we're slaves to whatever they give us,
I've already dropped my PlayStation Plus subscription, so I'm $40 a year ahead of what I used to pay.
Well, you can't not have it with the amount of video games we play on the system. Like me and Mike play Monster Hunter. We all play Bomberman. We all play Mario Kart,
We all play with the Infendos quite a bit.
Yeah, eventually there's going to be a Smash Bros. That comes out, and we're going to want that.
Right. Yeah, going to have to do it. And I'm just glad that it's not, like, price prohibitive, right? Like, anybody can drop $20 a year, or even if it's, like, $4 a month or something like that. That's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Well, all I can say is I just hope that Animal Crossing on the Switch takes advantage of it.
God damn it.
this year, Nintendo, this year.
I'm going to title this this episode, Lucas Wants Wants Animal Crossing.
Lucas Wants Mario Kart. Really confusing.
Lucas wants people to listen to him.
Yeah.
All right. So let's move on to our next section, which is Change the System. So I haven't been playing a whole lot of games this week. I've been really busy, so I'm going to let somebody else take the lead here. Who's got some interesting stuff to talk about?
Lucas does.
Yep. Thank you, Mike. I can wait my turn. It's okay.
No,
it's your turn. Go.
Out of all of us, I think you had the most interesting shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I know there was something else I was going to talk about. I played some Monster Hunter Stories. That was fun. I played some other games. That was interesting. Oh, I played Hiragana Pixel Party. I'm trying to learn how to read Japanese, so that's a thing. But more important than all of that, I played a really cool, what I believe to be indie game called Night in the Woods, and I want to dedicate all my time to that because it's a really well-written game.
Yeah.
It's so well done. Played the whole thing in like a day. It's not a particularly long game, but it is one of those things, one of those bits of media that you are kind of changed internally when you play it if you open yourself up to it. And I appreciate that about this game. I've kind of talked to all of you about it individually, but for those of you that don't know, everyone is anthropomorphic, little like paper cutout animal characters in this. And you're a cat named May. You come home from college, you flunked out of your sophomore year, and you move back home to like your backwoods, like super undeveloped town where everybody is like coal miners and everything. And you just kind of like start up life where you left off after you left college. You meet up with your old group of friends, you go out, you do crimes, you do stuff, you live your life, and then things get creepy and there's all this like culty stuff involved that's really cool. And there's like a mystery and a horror element, and my God, just it's so well written. So one of the things I wanted to touch on, which I found really interesting early in, is how they covered sexuality in the game. And I know that's kind of a weird topic to discuss, but this game did it well because right off the bat, like it's the four of you. There's you, there's your friend Bay, or B, and then there's the two other guys, Greg and whatever the bear dude's name was. I couldn't remember his. But those two guy friends that you have are a gay couple. And the game doesn't like rub it in your face. The game doesn't make a point of making that like a big agenda. It normalizes it. And I really appreciated that in the game, because it's just like, oh yeah, this is Greg and this is his boyfriend. And like, that's the end of it. Like, it's not this big extra thing that they felt like they had to throw in. It's just a very normal, natural, like how you would actually approach it if you met your friend and like his boyfriend, you know? And I thought that was really cool. You yourself are kind of like, I guess, pansexual throughout the game, because you have one encounter where you're at a party and you like yell at your old ex-boyfriend who was like a total creep to you. And then later on, you're getting flirted on by some girl at a college party and you're loving every minute of it. But like, it's so well handled. Like, even if that's a subject that you find particularly like abrasive or you're not into it, like the way that they handled it was so well that you could play that game and I think get a lot out of it. Like,
sure.
it was a well-made game. Like,
well, let me cut in here real quick and ask you a question. So it sounds like the core elements of this game are basically story-based, but what is the actual game? What do you do?
The game elements are definitely like secondary to it. It's telling a story first and foremost. So like every day you'll wake up and you literally have control of like left and right and jumping and talking to people. And like you'll go downstairs and you'll have a conversation with your mom, and then you go out into the city. And you usually end up going to all the stores where your friends work, and you'll talk to each of them. And some days you'll just all go to the same thing and you'll do the same event. And some days you'll have a choice of like which friend you want to hang out with and what like experience you want to have. And you live your life. Like, that's the game. You live your life. Awesome. You're the one friend in the group that doesn't have a job. You're kind of like, you've become like this kind of like loser character, but your friends don't see you that way, even though like some of the people in the town do. And
is it voice acted?
No, it's not. It's all text. But that I prefer it that way, honestly. But I don't know. That might be a turnoff for some people.
I love a game that's not afraid to be like so heavy on story like that. I think I'm definitely going to have to give it a try.
Storytelling is like everything to me in a game, and it covers a lot of like important aspects too. Like, it feels very real despite being about like animal characters. Later on in the game, and I guess it's not really a spoiler, it kind of goes more into it. There's kind of like a hint of like your character has like a depression thing, because she talks about how like halfway through high school she stopped like feeling things, and the tree in her backyard just started becoming a living thing that was just eating energy out of the ground and surviving. It stopped being like her friend. Her friends just started looking like shapes. They didn't look like people. And the only time she really felt comfortable was when she was at home, which is why she leaves school and goes back home, because everything is normal. But then that normalcy has changed because she's been gone for 2 years, and that no longer feels normal. So you're like, you're really invested in this character, and like every other character has a thing going on too. Like, I spent most of my time hanging out with the other female character, and her thing is she has to work this job all day at this place that's owned by her dad, but her dad is like a deadbeat ever since her mom died of cancer at the end of high school. I'm going for another minute. So like, she lives with her dad, and her mom died her senior year of high school. So like, she broke off contact from everybody and she stopped being around them. And her dad is just, he's not like a monster, but he's not a good guy. Like, and he doesn't really like take care of her or anything. And she has to kind of like man up and like own the family. And like every character has that going on. Like, it's just, it's really story driven, and that's my exact kind of game. Like, I remember when I was a kid, like admiring Miyamoto and reading about how like first he wanted to do like puppets and stuff, and like he was talking about how like the big thing for him is like telling a story, and he found a medium to do that through video games. And that's what I want to do. Like, I want to tell stories with games. I don't want to make games that are just fun. Like, gameplay is a secondary thing for me over telling a story. And this game freaking nailed it. Like, it feels so natural and so organic. And I think no matter like what part of life or part of like the world you come from, you can get something from this game. So if you have the patience to put a few hours into basically just walking around and talking to people in a game, like, open yourself up to it and it will do something for you. Like, it was a really solid game.
How much was it?
20, I think.
I might pick that up. It might not be right away, but it sounds like something I could enjoy.
It's also a good game. If you,
it sounds like
exactly, which are kind of my favorite kind of games, like Zero Escape. If you have a couple of days where you're by yourself and you can kind of be really introspective, if you're not talking to a bunch of people, and like you can just kind of focus on the imaginary world that's presented to you, it's really well done game. I've never played. I've played a lot of games like it, but I've never played anything with quite this tone before. It's a very real tone, and it works. It's a really amazing game. So play it. Do yourself a favor.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about it. I know Phantom has been saying nothing but singing it, nothing but praise as well. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna check it out for sure.
The only way I think you could like not get something out of it is if you played it really superficially, and like you played it and you say, oh, this is stupid, this is that. It's not fun. Like if you give yourself a chance, I think you'll find something, and the game will like touch you in a good way. So
awesome. If you're interested, there's I think that it's a little bit cheaper on Steam. So if you have a computer, you can probably do it that way too. Awesome. That sounds cool. Well, who wants to take next? Who else has been playing some games?
Steve, go.
Yeah.
Eugene, whatever, just not me.
So this week for me has been the week of the mascot platformer.
Yeah, that's right.
I streamed for a little bit last night on my Twitch channel, which I haven't used in a long time. But I was curious to see if I could still do it without a PlayStation Plus subscription. But
and it lets you.
Yeah, I was shocked. So I played almost a full world of Crash Bandicoot 2 yesterday.
Which you said you would get it on the Switch if it came out.
If it comes to Switch, I will get it, and I will probably finish all 3 games there. Back when I bought that game, I was telling this story last night to Lucas and Mike. I thought that I grew up playing Crash Bandicoot 1, and so I bought the trilogy and booted up Crash Bandicoot 1. And I'm like, what in the hell is this? I don't remember this. So then I decided to give Crash Bandicoot 2 a try, and come to find out, that was the Crash game that I grew up playing. Really enjoyed it. That game is brutally difficult. Even in the updated version, the controls are not fantastic. The camera angles are weird. It looks amazing, though. They did a really good job rebuilding it from the ground up.
Right.
So, did actually have a good time playing that. Saw a couple of the Infendos on there watching for a little bit. Sorry, you guys, I don't have I have a PlayStation headset, but I haven't figured out how to be able to get the mic working with it yet.
And so you didn't actually talk,
Yeah, so I couldn't talk to him through the stream, and I didn't have my iPad was already on Skype with Mike and Lucas, so I couldn't, respond to him via text that way either. So if I continue to play that game on PS4, that's probably something that I'll do in the future, work out. The other game I've been playing is Ukulele. I've beat the first world, been through the first world boss fight, and I'm working through the second world right now. And that game is impressive how big the worlds are. I was listening to last week's show today while I was headed up to my parents' house to go drop some stuff off. And somebody asked me last week if I regretted playing this game after playing Odyssey. And my answer this week is a little bit different. It's completely different than Odyssey. This game really takes you back to the days of the N64. As in, platformers then were really janky. They weren't controlled well. And it's kind of nice to go back to something like that. You play Mario, and it's a, very well polished, very modern, you know what you're supposed to do type deal. It's kind of nice not really knowing what to do and just having to kind of wander around the world and figure it out. There's no clear objectives or anything like that. So I've really been enjoying it. I'm just about to go through the second boss fight, and I'm not going to spoil what those are, but they are actually kind of cool when you go through the boss fights. So that's what I've been playing. I just crossed the actual 7-hour mark this time. I checked the play counter in game instead of looking at how many days I played it. I just crossed the 7-hour mark, and I'm just about to finish the second world. I haven't collected everything in either of the worlds yet, because like in Donkey Kong 64 or even Banjo, I guess, you need certain abilities from later levels to get everything out of the original levels. So you can't get everything. So you can't get everything until you've got later abilities. And luckily I realized that early enough to where I didn't waste a lot of time in the first world doing that. But because I've spent as much time exploring the first two worlds as I have, and this is one of the things that kind of bothers me, it almost feels rather broken, because you explore the worlds and you collect quills, and these quills are what you use to unlock abilities. So like I went into the second world, and before I had even stepped foot into that world, I had enough quills to buy both abilities out of that world right off the bat.
Sure.
So I don't know that I necessarily like that. I like having to do certain things within the world and then unlocking an ability.
Right.
But beyond that, I'm actually having a really good time.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I wanted to know, because I've watched a lot of like gameplay reviews of Yooka-Laylee when it got delayed for like the 5th time, and one thing that I heard a lot of people saying was, each world starts off smaller and then you can expand it to make it bigger.
Right.
Most people that I heard who played it said they started off in the first world smaller because they had to. They unlocked enough pages to make it bigger. And then from there on, they had enough to expand like every world by the time they got to the next world. So they just expanded each world like right off the bat before they even, like, they never played the smaller condensed version. They just played the whole thing right off the bat. Like, is that how you're going to go about it? Because it seems like a lot of people kind of feel like that expansion mechanic was kind of wasted in this game.
That's not how I've been going about it. I've been playing in the smaller world for an hour or two and then expanding it, because it's nice to see the world in its smaller form and learn the mechanics of the world before you expand it. Because if you learn the smaller world and its mechanics first and then expand it, then you can really see what they've done with expanding it and how big the worlds actually are. So yes, I can play it that way, but I haven't been.
Okay.
So, and I don't recommend it, actually.
Now I want to hear what Mike was going to say about it.
Yeah, what was your question, Mike?
It wasn't really a question. I was going to say, like, how you don't like how you were already able to unlock things, like, before you get to the level and, like, do everything. I feel like that might also be more or less. Well, I haven't played the game, but I feel like that might not just be the game itself, it might be the way you're playing it. Because like you're an adult now, you know how to play the games, you know how to like explore shit. So like back in the day, like you'd play a game and like you maybe get like 20% of the feathers on or the notes on your first playthrough,
right? And
like you don't have enough for anything else. But then all of a sudden you come back and you get everything else. But nowadays we're like, okay, well fuck it, I'm here. Let's get everything I can. Let's get everything.
Well,
and you're also a hardcore completionist, like just from playing Crash last night. Like,
yeah, you guys saw how I play Crash.
You 100% a level before you move on to the next one. So.
Imagine it like this, Mike, and I guess this is the best way I can describe it. I have to go back to Odyssey, and I hate drawing the comparison between the two games.
Well, they're very similar games at their core, though. I mean, they're both collectathons.
Platformer collectathons. Yeah, exactly. Imagine if you walked into, like, you finished up the dinosaur world in Mario Odyssey, and you walked into the Sand Kingdom. Because you had so thoroughly explored the dinosaur world, you could suddenly buy all of the Sand Kingdom's exclusive items. So it's kind of like that, where you know how there's two different kinds of currency? I kind of wish they would have done something like that, where the quills were color-coded, you know, maybe green for the first world and, you know, blue for the second world or something like that, to where you had to have X amount of blue quills from World 2 to unlock your abilities.
That'd be cool.
So that's probably my only complaint so far with the game.
Well, because as I'm thinking about it, Banjo-Kazooie actually did the same kind of thing with that, because you needed to get the Mumbo heads or whatever in each world to unlock it. But I feel like they were spaced out a little bit better. So I'm trying to remember, either you couldn't carry them over from world to world, or they carried over, but there was only like one or two extra or something.
You could carry, if you had any Mumbo tokens, you could carry them over. I'm pretty fucking sure, because like you didn't. But I think they only put.
But I think they only put like enough in the world, so like, you always had to play the level for a bit to unlock like the transformation.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So.
Well, that sounds. That's another game that I've been looking at, that I've had my eye on, but you know.
Like I said, if you can get it for 25 to 30, get it. I'm getting my money's worth out of it, so I'm really enjoying it. But most people most people are gonna want to buy it for between $20 and $30. That's kind of the sweet spot.
Sure. Cool. All right, Mike. Well, looks like you're up. Why don't you take us with your change of the system?
Oh, what if I even played this week? Oh my god. Lucas, what if we played together? I don't even know.
We played Monster Hunter for a while, didn't we?
We did.
Or did we just play stories? I can't remember.
We did a hunt or two one day. I got out of work early, I think, and we did a couple hunts there. That was fun.
Then we had that Dragon Ball thing where we tried to record, but we kept like adding Infrendos and
Oh yeah, that was too. And then fucking yeah, I played some Xenoverse. I started a new character. I made a Namekian just because I thought it was time for a new character. Because well, back when we first got the game, Lucas and I were going to be playing it, and Lucas was like, "I need you to pick another character because I need another character." Like, because he had the Frieza and the Boo and the Saiyan or something like that, and I had the Saiyan, and we wanted that other person, and fuck the Earthling, so we went and got the. So I got the Namek, and what's cool and also not cool is I have everything from my first save tied into this one. So, like, I have all my moves and shit, so I don't feel as needed to like do stuff. It's also, I mean, it makes it nice because I don't have to fucking focus super hard to get all the moves unlocked again, because that shit is hard. This game does not give you like adequate reward system. Like, oh, you got all the requirements, you might get something.
Yeah.
And that's fucking annoying. It's better than the first game, but it's still just as bad. It's still just as bad in some aspects. But a little bit of Xenoverse. I was gonna play it tonight, but I worked out instead. I might play it tonight after we hang up the show. We'll find out. I'm playing Minecraft right now. I'm trying very hard to talk over the sound of my clicking buttons. Actually, they've been good on light. You can't be able to hear them. I checked my sound card usually. But
I appreciate that.
Working on my wall. I was hoping I'd have more time earlier to get Lucas to help me, but he worked today. Because I'm doing the underwater portion now, and I hate doing underwater shit. So I always want a second hand with that. But so, if anyone has Minecraft wants to help me build a giant fucking wall, you can help me build a wall underwater. Monster Hunter Stories, I am almost done with the story in Stories. I am just wrapping up some subquests. Lucas, you'll be happy to know I finally finished the fucking Bob the Rainforest thing last night.
Finally.
Somehow, in the middle of me asleep playing the game and collecting random shit, I managed to get that last commodity that I needed. I don't know how the fuck I got it, but I got it.
I'll tell you that I'm at like 120 hours now in Stories. So
I'm just at like 70.
If you have the interest to keep playing, like, I mean, obviously there's endgame stuff to do, and you have to level the crap up to get through it all. But like, if you feel like, you know, really working on your Monstie and like getting the best team you can get, even though like we're the only people we're ever going to play with, like there's content there to probably go into 150 hours, if not more. So
not unlike a Pokemon.
Well, and even more, not unlike a Monster Hunter game. It's just instead of 1,000 hours, you're putting like 200 hours. You know,
right?
Well, it's Monster Hunter. You don't want to put 100 hours into it anyway. But like, that's cool though, because like I always consider this as like the Pokemon of 2017 that I wanted to get instead of Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. And you all know I love Pokemon. I put time into it, but I'm nowhere near as time extensive into it as you guys are anymore because of my lifestyle changes and stuff. But like I can just crack down stories and do like some channeling and like monster hatching and stuff, and have a ball doing that shit. So that's still like my main fun aspect of that game. So yeah, I'll definitely be playing that while after post game. I want to get all this. If nothing else, it's because of the fact that you play Stories too, and you are going to 100% the game, and how we are. If you do it, I have to do it. And I got to do it before you. So I'm going to try to get everything done in 100 hours that you're going to get in 150.
I'll be honest. The one thing that I wish this game had now that we're in like the post game, is I wish that it had the cooperative elements of Monster Hunter, because I wish we could play more together. Like, we're playing together in that we text each other and we send each other photos and stuff all the time. But like, damn, wouldn't it be fun to go on like group hunts and fight other monsters and stuff? Like,
yeah, it's like
really tough monsters.
Yeah,
like it'll always be like a 2-on-2 or a 3-on-3 kind of battle, and just have us do that. That'd be fucking fun.
Yeah,
and we all get like rewards, like depending on how well we did and stuff. Just like Monster Hunter, that would be awesome.
That would be really nice. Maybe in Stories too.
Capcom, if you're listening, we love you. Yeah. If you want to make a second stories game, we'll buy it, and here's what we want from it.
Right.
No, fuck you, dude. I downloaded Crypt of the Necrodancer because I talked about that game. I'm gonna play that eventually. I downloaded this game called. I know it's fun. I've watched people play it forever. I downloaded this game called Mad Carnage via a review code. Not gonna lie, it does not look like my cup of tea. However, I'm gonna try playing it. I'm gonna see what happens. The review might reflect how I feel about that. I played a little bit of arms. I wanted to see what the tournament mode is like. It just unlocks all your arms for you in a multiplayer match. It doesn't do anything. The gallery is cute. All the pictures you can get. And I'm not gonna be able to do Party Crash this weekend, which is sad, but it's okay because I don't care for Springtron or Kid Cobra anyway. So that's me.
Nice. Fair enough. Well, I guess that means that I'm up. But I played real life Splatoon all week, actually. No, I played Papers, Please and Splatoon.
Oh, Papers, Please. I played the crap out of that on Steam.
Right?
Stressful game, right?
I tell you what.
It's a pretty fucking game. I like it.
Oh, God.
I was just gonna say I just played that in real life because I've like been working my ass off these last couple of weeks, and then I've been painting our master bedroom.
You've been doing immigration stuff.
No, but it's kind of the not really the same thing, I guess. But yeah, I've just been working a lot. But yeah, I've been playing PUBG, I guess, in my spare time. That's really it. I was telling Lucas pre-show that I played some VR earlier today. And I actually still have a headache because of it. I was playing that Standout VR game. It's that PUBG VR clone. And I don't know how I feel about it. Like, I really like it. It's really cool. But the problem with it is, and I think I mentioned it last week, was that you actually move with the actual control stick or whatever, right? So, like, you'll be standing there, and the world is moving, but you're not actually moving, if that makes sense. So it
sick.
It really does. Like I had this moment today. I had to turn it off. Like I was aiming at somebody, and so you actually have your hands like this, and you're aiming. But I don't know what happened, but I like fell off a cliff. So like as I was aiming, and I was like aiming like this, I started moving, and then it was just like not fun. So I had to turn that one off. I still do like that game. It is really cool.
Eugene, that makes you wonder. Like, are you like me, Eugene? Like, if I play a game when I'm playing a character and they start falling on a huge giant cliff, I get the fucking like the
the thing in your stomach.
Vertigo, for sure. Yeah.
I'm like, oh fuck, I'm falling.
Yeah.
This makes me sick just thinking about
Banjo Kazooie, like you get that tight knot.
Oh my god! Like the minute Banjo's like, and I'm like, oh god, here we go.
Let me ask you, Gene, and I want to ask you cryptically because I don't want to say too much if this isn't the case. But was that the game you were playing when you did the thing that you were telling me about before the show that I'll be able to do stuff with and the thing?
It is.
Yes. Okay, can I talk about it then? Can I say that's going to be a thing?
Yes, you can.
Yes, we're going to do it in Infendo Plays, and we're going to watch Eugene play VR in the game and in the real world, and we're going to watch him flail around and get sick, and it's going to be the best time ever.
Can I do a request? Can I do a request for doing that?
Sure. What's your request?
Can Eugene play VR chat and he can go into Udon and mess with them?
Oh God, I hate that meme. By the way,
I never freeze.
I just want to see Eugene standing there with the headset on, looking up, going.
Eugene, I can't wait till you get Beat Saber so we can do a Infendo Plays of Beat Saber. Sure. That's going to be fun.
For sure.
No, see, the thing I'm looking forward to with this is I don't want to see Eugene play a cool game where he's having fun. I want to see him play a game where he's falling around and getting dizzy, and that's all I want.
But yeah, that's really all I've been playing this week. I know it's been kind of boring, but that's really it. That's life, I guess, sometimes. So that's it for me. But before we close out of the show, because we're getting there, guys, we have an announcement to make. So, Lucas, since you're kind of taking point on this one, why don't you tell our patrons about some of the cool prizes they can win this month?
Well, my lovely little patrons, and those of you who are now considering becoming $1 patrons for the month, we have a little giveaway for all of you. This month, we are actually giving away a 3-pack of Amiibos. 2 of them are unboxed. I will let you know that right now. One of them is prime box condition, and the theme is Zelda. So we have Super Smash Brothers Zelda, we have 8-Bit Link, and we have a beautifully boxed Link Rider Amiibo from Breath of the Wild. So we are going to do kind of what we did last time we did a giveaway, which I think was December?
Yeah, I think that was the last one was December, yeah.
Yeah, we're most likely, I think Eugene can correct me on this, but we're going to have it be if you are one of our patrons at any tier, you have a chance to win, and that chance is equal. You like the Hacks with his freaking $100 tier isn't going to have 100 more chances than you. So
now,
sorry about that.
Thank you,
if I can,
producer, by the way.
If I can break in real quick, those 2 unboxed Amiibos come from my personal, well, used to be desk at Taco Time. There may still be the slightest hint of a taco smell there if you're lucky.
I think I might be getting a little bit of like a bean burrito sense from these. Yeah, we've got those 3 Amiibos. So yeah, if you want to win some free merch, free stuff, please be a part of us. And if you already are, like we have 20 patrons already, I think. You guys are just automatically entered as long as you don't drop down to 0 by the end of the month. So good luck to everybody who is one of our patrons. We hope you win. Yes, you know who you are. You listening to this right now. You got this.
Mustard Giant Cow won the Super Nintendo Classic. Does he win the Amiibo? Find out next time when Infendo gives away prizes.
Mustard Giant Cow is just going to keep winning all of our stuff.
Right.
Yeah, well, I'm sure
there is
we'll be
no
like
collusion. The collusion is dead.
I'm sure we'll be media blasting this all over Twitter and Facebook and every other possible avenue we have. So, you know.
Yep, that's what we do.
and if you want to, you know, it wouldn't help you win, but if you want to help us, do well in the future, you can also, after you become a patron and enter, you can, recommend it on Twitter and Facebook and anywhere you want to share it to. Say, hey, we have an awesome little podcast, and come give us a look, and you can win some Amiibo and whatever else we give away.
Also true. I mean, that would lower your chances to win in the contest, but
we thank you.
Who cares? hey, have a friend enter, and then you guys can share the Amiibos when you win them together. So
exactly.
Hell, go ahead and create like 10 $1 fake accounts. I don't care.
We just want your dollars.
Infendo Radio encourages you to cheat when it comes to the contest.
If you have the balls and the wallet to cheat, then I guess I'll take a blind eye.
Right. Okay. All right. So that's that. We are going to have a contest this month. It's going to be awesome. You can win some Amiibos. So with that, we are out. We're done. We're finished. Finito. It's over. But we're going to get out of here with leaving you with our Twitter handles and all that fun stuff. So Steve, where can we find you on the internet this week?
You can find me at Gentis1 on Twitter. And if you want to see that Crash Bandicoot thing I did, so you can see how someone that's OCD plays a collectathon, it's maddening. Go to Twitch and search Gentis. I'll try and put a link on my Twitter profile at some point soon. But yeah, that's all my channels.
Very nice. Very nice. Mike, where can we find you on the internet this week?
Assuming the entire state doesn't burn down in a drunken rage and glory, because dude, Philly right now is like a fucking like sardine pit. It's like, dude, Broad Street in Philly and everything is packed, like terribly. Fans are rioting. Crisco on the polls are not stopping anybody this week. You can find me on Twitter if I'm still alive at Mike_the_poet. I'm personally not going to go party or anything. I don't care about football, but I live in a city where we are now the Super Bowl champions for the first time ever, so people are going to go crazy. That'll be fun. Yeah, Mike the Poet on Twitter. I don't have anything else to plug right now. Mike at Infendo.com. If you want to tell me how bad I'm doing on this podcast, you can leave me comments and concerns there. Yeah, that's about it.
Very nice. Very nice.
Sorry, real quick. It was twitch.tv/Gentis.
Nice. Awesome. Well, you can find me on the internet at Infendo Eugene. Don't forget to check out our Patreon at patreon.com/InfendoRadio. Also, make sure to join our Discord channel. You can do that by clicking on our little profile dilly-dill on the Twitter thingy. And then there's a little linky link, and you can click on that little guy. Join our Discord. Play some games with some cool people. While I'm at it, I don't think we've talked about this in a while, but why don't you get on iTunes or whatever your podcast platform of choice is and leave us a review. It looks like we have a couple of nice reviews dating back from September and November that we haven't talked about. Phantom and Caltron, or whatever your name is. I butchered that, I'm sure. Oh, it says Mustard Giant Cow. That's you. I know you. They've left us reviews. You can too. 5 stars or nothing, assholes. No, just kidding. If you really,
I haven't read the review, but I assume Mustard Giant Cow's review was like, good podcast, won some free stuff, won a Super Nintendo, all right, podcast, 3 out of 5.
Sure, but it really does help our exposure. Every review will gain us another iTunes view, so that is important to us, and we would appreciate it if you can help us with that. But yeah, go ahead and do all those things. Go to infendo.com and read some articles from some cool people. Maybe an ad or two. Click on it if you want to or not, whatever. It's hard to find out which one, when some of them are ads. It's like Russian roulette, so have fun with that. But other than that, we are done. This has been Infendo Radio, and that's been a show. Good night, y'all.
Good night.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Wait. It's not over until you say, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Also, special thanks to Hax for being our executive producer this week.
No, you're not reading the chat.
No, I'm not reading the chat.
Eugene?
No. Yes?
You forgot me again.
Oh, God.
You know what? Don't edit this out. Just leave it the way it is because it's great.
I was wondering why you were looking at me like this. I was like,
is this mother really gonna skip over me for like the 3rd time tonight?
Just have the entire podcast go quiet. All of a sudden, have Lucas be like,
Hey, Eugene, you forgot me.
Lucas, tell me where I can find you.
I don't even want to. The moment has passed.
If it makes you feel any better, we didn't tell anybody shit about Justin either.
That's also true. Of course, I was actually on the podcast tonight, so 6 to 10, I guess. You know what? You can just drop my Patreon link on the page to the thing, and we'll call it even. Just throw the Patreon link on the page and on infendo.com. In bright green letters. Size 72 font.
Just turn infendo.com into...
Just make it huadventure.com for 1 week.
Just redirect it to patreon.com/huadventure.
Oh, God.
I really do apologize. I don't know what
right.
I'm an asshole.
I guess I'm just... It must be the Nargacuga I caught. I caught a Nargacuga, and now I'm too stealthy, and nobody knows that I exist. So.
I don't even think Eugene knows what that means.
It's okay.
I think it's probably similar to Naruto, right? Naruto's a ninja.
No.
Nailed it. Nailed it.
Poor Eugene.
Believe it. Oh, okay. We should get off the live feed now before we get any stupider.
Bye, guys.